YouTube, this is Alex with Redline Auto, and today we're going to be diagnosing and repairing the four-wheel drive hubs on this 2006 Ford F-250. As you can see, it's a snow day, and why I waited this long to do this is anybody's guess. But need the truck, need four-wheel drive because of this stuff, and so we're going to go ahead and get it fixed. Let's see what we can do. All right, so underneath the truck, once again, never get under a truck or a vehicle of any kind that's not supported by something mechanical. Wood blocks, jack stands are preferable. But definitely don't get under it just on a jack. I have had jacks fail, and if I'd been under it, it would not be good. I say that in all my videos, and it's because I mean it. So, the truck is in two-wheel drive, but that shouldn't matter. I know for a fact that my transfer case and transfer case shift motor are good, although looking at it right here, this is my transfer case shift motor. I forgot to plug it back in last time I was under here, so that might be helpful. But I know those are good, and I also know that four-wheel drive doesn't work. This is our front differential. When the truck is in four-wheel drive, the motor over here switches in, locks the transfer case in, and starts spinning your front drive shaft. Now, I can spin this, and notice that even though the hubs are not locked, I should be able to see the axles spinning. You see over there when I spin this? That side spins. This side does not. And so that's a hint. Then I can come over here to this wheel, and I can spin this wheel, and notice that the hub is not locked and that axle is not spinning, which is good. So I come over here, lock this hub in manually, just like so. Now when I spin this, that axle should spin, just like so. And if I look over here, this hub is not locked, and that axle is spinning, just like you would expect. Come over here, lock this one in, and this is a hint that I have right here. I'll tell you about that here in a second. Lock that axle in. When I come up here and spin this wheel, I notice that that axle is not spinning, which is not the way it should be. With the hub locked, it should be locked into the axle, and when you spin this wheel, there should be no way that that hub isn't spinning. Just like when we see over here, we spin this, and the axle spins. Nice, nice, nice. And now, for our last check, with both hubs locked in, we come and we spin the front drive shaft, and the wheel should spin. Notice that that one's spinning just a little bit, and that one's not doing anything at all. And that is because, if I'm correct, the hub on this wheel is shot. It is not an OEM Ford hub. That was my hint that that was the issue in the first place. Somebody obviously replaced it with a cheap Chinese hub, and this is what we get. Everything's spinning up here just like it should be, except for that hub. And that basically means that when you put the truck in four-wheel drive, everything up here is spinning just like it should be, except that because the front is an open differential, that hub is allowed to spin freely because it's not locked into the wheel, and so all the power just goes, or no, that axle is allowed to spin freely. All the power just goes spinning right there. Nothing's locked in, it's not a limited slip. Open differential goes to the easiest place to put power down, and the easiest place to put power down is spinning that open hub. So we're gonna go ahead and replace that, and hopefully that'll fix our problem. We got snow on the ground. That's why I want the truck fixed. All right, so just to make things a little bit easier, we're going to stick a pry bar in and pry off the lug cover. Trying to do this with one hand. See if that's got it good enough to get by hand. Just like so. And now we look down in here, and the previous owner was so kind as to only include two of these screws, but these are, I'm guessing, Torx T25. I'll have to actually get the socket out and check on that, but they look like T25s. And so we're going to remove those, and then the whole hub should just pull right out, and we should be able to drop a new one in. Don't even need to remove the wheel. Nice and easy. All right, so I am correct. It is a T25. We're going to stick our impact down in there like so. Pull these out. Now, if we're lucky, especially because the previous owner has already obviously replaced this once, this shouldn't be too frozen in there and should just pop right out. Might have to get a hammer and smack that a couple times, but we'll see what we can do. So after a few good whacks with a rubber mallet, I was able to get this out enough to get a pry bar down in between. We'll see if we can't just pull this whole assembly out. We do the same thing over here. Sorry for my shoddy camera work. This is, I woke up this morning, I was like, oh wait, it's snowing. I guess I'm going to be replacing that today. So, this is our hub. So just for the sake of comparison, I went ahead and pulled the other side as well, the Ford OEM one. And as you can see, right now both hubs are on auto mode, or which would be unlock if you don't have automatic hubs. And if you look right here, the two gears are more or less the same distance. I mean, no noticeable distance there. And what happens is when you turn the hub, the little spring in there, or when you lock the hub, the little spring compresses and pulls that secondary ring gear up against the first one, engaging the axle of the truck. So what I'm going to do, if I can figure out how to do this with one hand, or maybe I can... This is very poorly organized here. What can we do? Stay. All right, so I'm going to take both these hubs and lock them in. That's the Ford one. That is the non-Ford one. And now, if we look, the Ford one is meshed right up against the second. This one has significantly more space. Look at them side by side, Ford one versus the aftermarket Chinese one. And we can see why the Ford one's still doing its job and the aftermarket one is not. Just for the sake of confirmation, this is the aftermarket hub on the driver's side now. I swapped them both over. And if I'm correct in my diagnostics, what will happen when I spin this wheel is, if you can see the axle there, nothing will happen. And what do you know? Spinning freely. Come over here. This is the Ford one. Remember, this is the side that was not spinning before. And hub is locked. I spin this, and look at the axle shaft turning. All right, so here we have our new hub assembly. We have a nice big tub of heavy-duty grease. We are just going to slather this liberally. It's very cold in here, so this is thick, and I'm going to have to put the camera down and use both hands. But liberally apply grease to the hub surface. Okay, so slight change of scenery here. Due to what I'm going to very politely call a manufacturer defect, the last hub that I had that came in the mail was not going to cut it. And to be quite honest with you, I have doubts about this one as well. But that's what you get when you pay $34 on eBay for a $200 hub. I'm pretty sure that this is the exact same, cheap garbage that was on there before and broke, but we'll see if we can get this back together and hopefully it'll work. My concern is basically that, again, when you lock the hub, it doesn't compress the gear enough. I have a sneaking suspicion that it's not going to engage the axle, but we will give it a shot. So for reinstallation, hopefully yours says Ford on it. Come around, we make sure all the gears line up nice and easy. Compress everything. Shouldn't take too much force, maybe some wiggling around. Switch hands here. There it goes. Now we're going to look back here, and there's an alignment pin. See if I can. And again, this may not be true on the Ford. In fact, I don't think it is true on the Ford one. But there's an alignment pin right here that needs to slot into one of those screw holes. So, get everything there. We will replace our screws. And then what I'm going to do, because I have strong doubts about whether or not this is actually going to fly, is I'm going to put a jack underneath the truck, since I have a Mercedes on the lift right now, and jack this wheel up and do the same thing I did with the car on the lift and play with it and see if locking the hub actually disengages the axle, or engages, I guess would be the proper term there. Cinch this down nice and even. And assuming that you're using a hub that's not cheap and actually has a chance of working, your job is done. So, like I said, guys, if this was helpful for you, please do me a favor, hit like and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I will see you on the next one.